Hi, folks. Welcome back to the battle for the Seven Kingdoms. So it's round five, the last round of Swiss, and we have the Proudwing Kings against Winner is coming, Stark team, and it's going to be Saraaa, who is with me right now. Hello, Saraaa.
Hello.
I can tell you that Saraaa is slightly drunk and she's behaving very weirdly, but okay, we'll try to manage.
Not really.
And Chrissie for Stark team. So Chris is still undefeated. Saraaa is as well, but Chris has 5 wins already.
Yeah.
Saraaa only has three. So there has been 4 rounds. So three is more realistic. Five means you're playing more
Pretty
than one
impressive.
game per round. Okay, and here is the deck. So it's we've been seeing a lot of Star Crossing, the deck that's based on Dennis's that plays Withering Cold in the opening. This is not exactly that. It doesn't have Withering Cold. It's not dissimilar, let's not lie. It has some of the same tricks, so it's still going to try to play Superior Claim. It still has the Wolf in the Night for surprise renown, still
Mhm.
has I'm No One for someone to do more than one challenge. Passing the Black Gate is restricted, and the characters here actually there is a little bit of difference.
Yeah, there's a only one Great number I was surprised to see. Uh, there
Yeah,
are three copies of Jason Mallister, right? Yeah. And Donella Hollywood was another one that I was surprised by. I think Harvin you also don't see often, but it's a pretty nice character to have. You have these direwolf attachments that give keywords, so Lady and Nymeria and Graven give keywords, and then if you put it on a renowned characters, it can participate them with his ability, right?
yes, so there is a time for wolves to fetch these cards,
Yeah, there are only three, one copy of each.
and we actually just commentated on a Stale game that Chrissy played with this deck,
Mm-hmm.
and he opened with this to find Lady, which was amazing. No Summer in the deck. I don't think you can
Yeah,
legally play that at
not
this
right
time.
now, but actually, I mean, not in this tournament, but right now it actually is unpodded.
Yes, but at least so that summer crap that happens after resets. That's not happening here, but yeah, you can still play Time for Wolves. If it's a deck that hurts you with triggers, you take Greywind. You can take him for stealth anyway. If you have
Yeah,
Sansa, you can do stand with her. You can do
stand
Nymeria
with
if you're
Lady. Yeah.
going first and winning initiative. And of course, the crown is there with all the strength one characters that just survive reset. There's return to the Palace of Sorrows. We saw that for from Dennis deck. The return to the fields is here. Another answer against resets. And the Harris is the reset, of course, Winter Festival, and Wardens of the North, deck, plot that Chrissy likes to play. That is, to be fair, a really good plot.
Yeah.
And it's up against Qohor.
Now I kind of like this match because I was want to go first, and you can always try to intimidate strategically to stop crossing from happening. Although there is, of course, some answers like you have stand with armorist, and then you have stand with lady if you have it as well, if you have Sansa as well. Um, but yeah, other than that, if you can try to intimidate, prevent some like you can't intimidate the whole board because of course there's gonna be like 10 characters, but yeah, just if you focus on the weak icons, think it has a decent chance and it can also be pretty fast.
Yeah, you have the Mad King's Command, which is really good against Swarm, but then you cannot afford to play that into the Crown, of course.
Mhm.
So I guess we'll see that decision point in the game. We can now look at the game. So apologies for catching it a bit late. This is during round one marshalling. Uh, I joined
Yeah,
immediately, but I couldn't get the recording, and I had to adjust the size of the
yeah, I can
cards.
tell you what happened in the beginning. So, start recording it. Uh, yeah, so I had a pretty good hand at the beginning. I had Stannis duped already, and I had the econ. But I only had no, Stannis, Robert, and I only had another character that was Stannis, and I really wanted another cheap one to marshal in the first round because this is really nothing. I can't even play an attachment, right? And he also only had one character, the this small John, and all of this actually came in during marshalling.
Yeah, that's what happens. Winter Festival opening as well. He knows
Yeah,
he's going to hit with that in this
and
matchup.
actually wins initiative, and now he also has renown on no renown. I mean, he also has renown, but he also has intimidate, which is pretty annoying. And this board, on one hand, looks great, but in this matchup, when it's so fast, you really don't want to lose time with Stannis that doesn't do much. Would much rather have three charts and attachment.
Yeah,
I did have this seized on the armory, but I bestow some because I'm thinking maybe I can't switch sack it now. You want to keep it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, doesn't look like you're going to do
Yeah, and I
strategies.
drew Richard Hope for another character, which is pretty. That I guess at that point better to have Stannis. Although he does have printed renown, but Stannis has great strength. So
Yes. Also, he is the king.
yeah,
With Robert in play, I guess Robert is the king. Stannis is not really the king, but if Robert dies, then Stannis should be the king. I think we all agree on that.
well, sure.
So we have Intimidate on this one. So the only way for Baratheon to do challenges is to leave the guy standing, but then they get intimidated with
Yeah,
Nymeria.
I could technically get Stannis to keep Robert for attack, but yeah, he can move Nymeria and intimidate Robert as well. So best I could do is defend both of them. So at that point, I was thinking better to just defend this one that I actually win. He doesn't get the renown, and I get one renown from Robert. But yeah, no point really triggering his ability because very clearly losing power.
Yeah, apologies for not highlighting any cards or anything here. It's quite a tense atmosphere. Just looking at Sarah's screen, trying to see what she had in hand and what the situation is going to be. So I didn't
Yeah, and I
actually.
was really happy he initiated with only one character. Thinking, okay, no superior claim at least.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you bluff it, but it's not like Baratheon can
Yeah,
can do anything, so there's no point really pretending. And it's not a disastrous start in terms of power. It's only six, so not quite halfway there, but yeah.
yeah, it's only 6 to 2 are from the Winter Festival, which fair enough was gonna hit anyway, right?
Mm.
Mm, but now,
Here we go, right?
yeah,
We're immediately at the decision point.
I think he selects pretty quickly, and I'm thinking, surely he has the same thought process. Surely he's seeing like his entire board stays if I play Mad King's Command now, and he plays the Crown. But
Yeah,
if he doesn't play the Crown and I don't play Mad King's Command, then the next round, of course, he's gonna be the Crown, and then it's gonna be too late.
yeah, that's game over because even if you go first, you're not. The, how many can you realistically intimidate? Not that many, and that's game lost. So the only way for you to have a chance is to guess whether the crown is going to be round two or round three, and you need to survive round two to have a chance. And what do you play if
And
you
by
don't
the
play
way,
Mad King's
we didn't
Command?
see entire marshalling. So this Bear Island Scout, the first Bear Island Scout, found the second Bear Island Scout, and then the second Bear Island Scout found Daisy. So we do know that there is another Daisy. So even she would stay for the crown,
Yeah,
annoyingly. I was complaining about the Martel Baratheon game last time being slow, but I'm being quite slow here. There's not that many rounds. It was both very fast decks, but still the game takes over half an hour, right?
Yeah, and he has not.
He didn't change anything,
Yeah,
right? So he has committed and just is at peace.
yeah.
And Kron is not like he still has a lot of gold, which he I guess wants, right? Um, Armory is not gonna give him the gold this round, and he has one Northern Armory and one Grove to reduce something.
So what's the plot you're playing if you're not playing Mad King's Command?
Yeah, I'm thinking to just play the Smith. Near this armory, then switch seals for something else, right? That would be the optimal play here. And I do have also from the beginning in hand as well a highly born, but with just the big characters, it doesn't do as much as if I could swarm some rural chats. So
So he has Mira to ruin Robert's double renown. There's
yeah, but
some counterplay to that. In your plot deck, you have supporting the fate, which stops her. There's no way to bring her in, and you have King in the North. And here we see, so he's gone through the crown. So if you can just
yeah,
survive the round, then Mad King's Command surely has to give you a chance to come back. But he's on 6, and he has superior claim. That's a lot of power. He has renown as well. It's not like he doesn't have renown. He has Dicey and Greyjohn. And yeah, too bad, he says.
yeah.
So you're going first, since now he also has intimidate. There's no power on your passion card to steal, but yeah. Can you intimidate, let's say, intrigue icons and stop crossing?
I had some hope.
Hmm.
And I was thinking if I go first, maybe I can also intimidate Econ, but I didn't draw any cheap attachments that I could play, so I kind of knew right now that the only other one that I can play is Azora High. So I will have two Nears, and I'm guessing at that point it's not worth nearing the grove.
Yeah, if an armor comes in, it's a disaster.
Yeah, I just waited. There's another armory, so
I think this is still deciding whether to kneel Heartry Grove
yeah,
or
yeah, I was.
go for the armor, right?
Mm.
This gives him the action window, which he doesn't immediately use.
I mean, to be fair, I don't have an attachment, so.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so this is now one roller chest, which is pretty nice. And now in hand, I think there's um, one King's Gate, and I can't remember right now what the other card is, but not brilliant anyway.
And the broken Daisy comes in.
Yeah, and she's gonna have a million strength now. So I'm thinking, should I kneel this one? And I don't know what else could come in. Maybe a Grey John that would be pretty annoying. But honestly, if he just used this King's Road before Mad King's Command, probably would have been possibly better. But also, he was kind of close to winning. Doesn't look like on the power yet, but we know if crossing is on 6 and if another renown happens, this is.
So you played against. Did you play against Chrissie at Starek in melee?
No, this is. Oh, yeah, in melee. I played in
You
melee.
played Star Crossing, right? And he played. What did he play?
Tyrell, not sure what the agenda was. It was Knights, Arashi Knights. Yeah, I played more of the same version that Dennis plays usually with crossing. Melee is completely different. Never played it before, so it's a bit of a surprise. And now here, I'm counting my strength, and I'm realizing that actually Robert and Dennis are now kind of pathetic against this and can't do that much.
And Sansa just another intrigue icon there, just
Yeah,
in case.
I mean the thing is, okay, I can go military, force the big ones to defend, or not even the big ones. They send a thing to other chads, and then I don't get a trigger there. Then I can have an intrigue that I win, but I can't have a trigger because it's gonna be defended with Caitlyn, right? Assuming, and it's all pretty shit, right? Because then I think you'll see the way it plays out. I can comment as it happens.
I mean, you could pass, and probably he's not getting to 15 if you just defend.
Well, I was thinking he would definitely need to defend military because now the crown is blocking all the chads from being killed, right? So you need to claim something like Amber Loyalist or Sansa. But don't want that. But yeah, you can easily defend anyway. But I'm thinking if I force him to defend enough, then it's already a minor victory.
Yeah, and at the moment, there isn't actually intimidate.
Yeah, and if he defends, and then defends the other one with defends successfully, defends the other one unsuccessfully with Caitlyn. Yeah, I can't do anything
Can't do American Dicey either.
Yeah, I was actually thinking, yeah, right now here that would be pretty nice, but honestly, I am now pretty sad that next round should be Mad King's command, and then yeah,
And Dice is
this is
manageable
yeah,
with
this
Matthew's
is
command.
when Mad King's command gets down to 3. She can have 4 if you have Mira in shadows. Not sure if anything else comes in.
Is there a leak in the deck? No, I don't
Oh, there
see.
is a leak in the deck. I think there is a leak in the deck.
I don't think there is, but okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Here's the intrigue challenge in the meantime that kind of forces Caitlyn to defend. Not a big deal. But an absolutely inefficient way to check this. You should select the Stark decks.
Actually, I think that's posted in the group chat.
So here, Robert takes now himself, no trigger again. This time doesn't even have the option, of course, because Caitlyn is in the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So is there a leak? There is
There is
one.
a leak.
Okay, fair enough. Everything loyal though. That's except for the acolyte. And now what? You can do
Well, I'm
power.
thinking if I do power, that's um, that's 8, right? So he would have to defend with both of the big ones, and then on the offensive, he can't do 3 challenges unless he has I am no one. And then still he can only have 2 unopposed, no renown, no claim, and just a crossing trigger. But he does get renown on defense as well. So yeah, good.
up to 8.
Yeah, and he can have both the event that gives you +3 strength, and renown, and also I am no one because he doesn't have enough gold for that. Mm.
Yeah, it's not looking too bad, honestly, because let's say first challenge is done with 0 strength, and then one power challenge happens.
Mhm.
He's okay, capped at whatever it is, 10 power, going to make his command.
Although insight on the event is annoying.
Yeah, here we go. Of course, there was one in hand, and that means Janipool can get an extra challenge. She can get the crossing now, and
Yeah, but no claim.
yeah, she gets 2 cards from that. Well,
Mhm.
no claim. Crossing is two power because it's an extra unopposed and the crossing itself. So
Yeah.
there was superior claim. Okay, she's not strong enough. There could have been one in round one.
Yeah, and now the thing that is a minor disaster here is this seized stays on the armory, which means it stands, right?
Yeah.
Not only does it go away for me, so I can't use it on the next Qohor trigger, it will also let this stand.
It didn't seem likely that you would not be able to win a single challenge, but there we are. However, Chris's plan has failed. He couldn't close it before Mad King's
Yeah, so
command.
now I am pretty. That's it on the Mad King's command. I was thinking he surely would go for return to the fields, but I guess he was happy with his hand here.
I mean, what can you do if you have Grey John, Daisy, and
Mm.
Caitlyn?
Yeah, fair
What can you
enough.
realistically do? There's nothing to marshal. He has the econ. The only thing he can do is get another direwolf attachment. So maybe time for wolves to
Yeah, I
get
was thinking either
blade.
that or you could get
Lady
you could
Sansa is there, so to get lady.
you could get you could also play the Harris here, right? Because you keep, I think, easily three, and I only get to keep two, and that would actually be a bit problematic for me because I didn't have another one to marshal here.
And here I seem to remember some kind of panic. There
Y-
was there a Melisandre in hand and
Yeah,
something
yeah,
else.
I couldn't marshal. I drew Melisandre, I couldn't marshal her because it was one gold short, right? And
Yeah. So you do what you can do, and he marshals a character.
yeah, so his ability is basically when he is participating because he would be the only loyal, non-loyal left. But he can choose one of the other ones that have two keywords, which is the one with the direwolf, right?
Yeah.
And he has enough gold to move the direwolf around as well.
So not too bad. However, is he losing Caitlyn over this? Mm. And what's the icon situation? So does he care about crossing at this point? Or does he just keep the power icons in renown?
Well, he could actually here just keep his icons and do all three challenges back because I don't think there was a realistic way for me. I could have traded my Azora High Reborn, but I didn't get any other attachments, and I lost the one on the armory.
Yeah, can't intimidate them.
So I don't know what happens with the loyalist here.
Yeah, so he has one card in hand.
Yeah, he had three before, and then um, he chose only one to keep for Mad King's command. So I don't know how that works.
Yeah, seems like it's wrong. I think his Amber Loyalist triggers before they go, and he can choose the ones he didn't keep, but they should be in the discard pile, not in the deck.
Okay.
Which makes some difference if it was the dial of attachments that can be
Yeah, that can be.
fetched from the deck.
Yeah.
Well,
So I'm still not liking my situation. I'm still panicking a little bit, right?
yeah, you have the Robert there, but he doesn't have his intimidate.
Yeah, and it would have been perfectly alright if I had intimidate, right? But yeah, without it, pretty bad.
So that's the last card gone, which means if there's another round, Chrissy is top decking. He
Hmm.
has three characters. The most he can do is top deck another two.
So
How is
now
he
I'm
going?
starting to take Robert triggers because what else can I do, right? And I'm thinking, okay, he does kind of have to defend military here, right? And he has to defend with all three of them.
Yeah.
Then he has one to attack back. And if he only has one, then I can oppose it. And then if I oppose it, uh, he gets renown and he gets power claim, right? Which still doesn't get him to 15. So I was calculating here in my head. I do military. He has to oppose with all three of them. Then I do power with just Robert.
How do you do power if you need both for military?
No, I don't need both for military. I have as well high
Oh,
reborn.
okay. So you
So
attack with Stannis.
yeah, Stannis is ruler, so Robert is participating. He has to defend with all three of them. Then I do power, and then I take the other attachment, stand Robert, and then defend his counter power. And I was calculating that then he would be on 14. She's pretty scary.
Here I'm trying to see what Harvin does. It's rarely played. Yeah, so if you control a non-loyal, participating non-loyal character, he can choose a character with two or more keywords and have it participate without kneeling.
Mhm.
He can use his gold to do that.
Yeah, and he completely basically gave up on the idea of getting crossing challenge here in this round. So because yeah, no way to get into it.
So this challenge is not harmless, of course, gets two renown on
Yeah,
defense.
but yeah, now I get one back from power, and then I defend, and he max can get two from attacking.
Hmm.
So here, for a brief moment, I was thinking, okay, he gets one from power, one for renown, and one for crossing, and then I need to readjust my whole brain to remember that it's not the first challenge that he gets crossing on. So yeah. And here, Stannis' reaction was offered to me. I would have forgotten it. I, for a second, considered not taking it because actually, if Stannis drew hand of seal of the hand, I would have lost here, right?
Mhm.
And we do remember that last week, or was the week against before that,
2 weeks ago,
2 weeks ago, yeah, Stannis drew the one hunting accident that was pretty disastrous.
yeah. Yeah, so here Chrissy could have stood Harvin, right? Defended with him and put Small John into the challenge to win on defense.
Yes, but then he couldn't do a challenge back.
Yeah, but he gets renowned on defense and also finishes on 14, right?
Yeah.
Actually, you get less for that.
Hmm. Yeah, here I had a moment of panic that he gets a crossing or something like that, but silly.
Yeah, I thought he could put another renown in with high visibility. I can't really couldn't really comprehend exactly how he
No,
worked, but
no,
yeah.
Harvin would have to be because Daisy. He can trigger it if Daisy is participating because Daisy is loyal, and he can trigger. He can if he triggers it on himself and participates. Small John, it doesn't make a difference either way.
So it's 49. He's not one, and the thing is, he doesn't have a plot that wins initiative here. The best he has is return to the field. So if you play rationing, that wins against. Actually, does it win? Yeah, it does. He has the King's Road, but it's 6/6 with your
Mhm.
or 7/7, I should say, with your maiden. And he could still go with the Harris. He's going to lose one character, and you keep Robert in the chart. But I don't know if
Mm.
he's top decking.
And I now had Melisandre in hand, and I think Robert drew another. No, Robert Stannis drew another roller child, which is very nice. He's happy, and he was just like, okay, that's all great, but now we need another attachment. Please just get another attachment. And
Still, he hasn't played the Time for Wolves. Could have brought in Greywind.
yeah, I think here I want to see like we don't want to see Mira, we don't want to see something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah,
Yeah, it's Ocean passing the Black Gate, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So at this point, we kind of wish you hadn't triggered it. You'd still have the standing chat then.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but, yeah, sure. It's not the two cards are not going to ruin your game here if you get a good top deck yourself. And what you need is an attachment, of course.
and I thought like the perfect attachment for Hammer.
Mhm. Yeah, that's the one you would have traded for, but yeah, to have it so that Robert can intimidate immediately.
Yeah, I top deck this King's Road and uh, mm, one Warhammer and Mercedes comes in news one. I'm thinking Daisy can't be participated with Harvin, so I have to name her. I was thinking I could kneel Harvin, but then Urfa is also non-loyal, so one could participate with Ursha from Harvin's ability. I don't know. Just get rid of the numbers.
Mm. And this is not bad either.
Mm-hmm.
At the moment, there's no Zora High Reborn, but still could be traded. Now, the thing is, he doesn't have Life Soak.
Yeah, and I'm now calculating if he can get his whole board into the challenge, they would still be weaker than Robert and Stannis together.
Yeah, it's so dangerous because Martin. So if you make a
Yeah,
mistake here, it wins on defense, it's over. But yeah, if they do military, that's they're on 12. And the three characters that have a military icon, they all have them actually.
yeah, and he.
It's still only 12, even if
Mhm.
somehow Daisy was in there as well.
And with knowing that there's only passing the black gate in hand, it's pretty good. It's better to trigger this Acolyte and be sure that nothing bad can happen, right?
Yeah, and now the thing is, you are on 8, and we know how Qohor closes. So Robert has double renown. If you add the 4 to that 8, that's 12. And something we have to do. So I guess Osha can oppose and go. That further reduces the chances Chrissy has here. Has the plot to have characters participate. Has Harvin, but doesn't help him if there are no characters.
Yeah, but now one goes for flame and one is intimidated, so one stays, so the plot is blank. Yeah.
Okay, so Sealed Hand is there. It's going to stand Robert. And then what do we do? do,
Yeah,
we, we play
that's
Azor High
when
Reborn?
I started to calculate either playing Azora High Reborn, but also right now I can just take Robert's sword Lightbringer, right?
Robert Sword Lightbringer.
No.
I think he has a Warhammer. King Robert's Warhammer, it's called. You could
Nice.
intimidate with that, but I think the Qohor trigger comes too late. It's a
Thank you.
reaction to winning a challenge.
Stannis' sword, Lightbringer. He gets renowned stance, and then gets another challenge with both of them in.
And they're 12, so they're still stronger.
Yeah, then everything Stark has.
And that's 11 if Jet Roberts double renown and Stannis has renown.
Yeah, but you want to be sure because you're trading down this attachment is like the most valuable attachment in this deck, so
Yeah, it's nervy times. I mean, there
and
is
next
9
round
defense.
if I do this and I can't win, it's pretty bad because the next round is the highest and Stannis' power is gonna. I'm assuming he would have to play the highest, then Stannis' power would all go away anyway. But now I'm thinking, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're playing with perfect information here. So you know that if you trade for Lightbringer, Stannis will stand and you have between them 12, but with all of them, with Melisandre as well, the power challenge, you should be
No,
able to win.
I'm sure that I'm able to win the challenge. I'm just counting if all the
Mm.
renowns work out because it's such a gap from where I start to just immediately winning into challenges.
So we we haven't had the keywords yet. So we're still getting 3 renown from this. If Lightbringer goes on
Hmm.
Stannis, he stands. That's 11. Then we do power. Power claim is 12. Stannis has renown. And Robert has the double trigger.
Yeah, which should be 15. And then if there's somehow one short, you have an unopposed intrigue.
And I think this little claim can still be.
No, disputed claim does not work because we actually have
Oh,
weak power on our faction card.
okay. Yeah, okay, just calculating this.
Yeah.
It's fair enough. Take an extra minute to see if there's a guaranteed win. We just commented it on my game from last week where I took 7 minutes to calculate my guaranteed wins. That should have been obvious to everyone. Yeah, I think Casey now pretty much knows as well. And the only way this was avoidable if you somehow have the attachments you need in hand and they can be searched for from your deck.
Hmm.
So there's 2 Lightbringers. And here, why not just put Melisandre in the challenge in case there's some kind of miscalculation? It's so nervy when people do this, but okay. 12-3. Fine, it's
Twelve
fine.
three. I was gonna do another post intrigue with Melisandre, and then if I still didn't win, then I would have
Yeah,
given him
but
this
if he wins
infiltrator.
on defense with 2 renown, then he's not get the chance.
How will he just stand there? I have intimidate.
Okay.
Well, anyway, we are now at 1-1. So Mika has his deciding game on Saturday.
Hmm.
It's gonna be a painful one, I think, either way.
Yes, so I have another game with my Shadows deck that has 3 copies of Last Heart Scouts, plus the Frozen Solids and the Bolton Players. It's just deck that's scripted to beat me, but it's going to be fun. I know Dennis has all the bad luck, so may it continue until Saturday. Okay, so hopefully you will join us for that. We'll say our goodbye here. So thank you everyone for watching this with us, and see you